Good morning, everybody. Edward Leos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and host of our Travel Talk podcast. Excited to have one of my good friends and guests on the show today, Marie Hernandez. We've aligned together for a few years now with the publication and her businesses. So it's always good to have her back on the show and talk about what she's got going on in her world, because she always has something going on in her world. All good stuff. But Marie, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me again. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
Nice. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, maybe how you kind of got into travel and such like that. And that way we'll give them a good baseline of our relationship.
Sure, absolutely. So I've been traveling all my life. My father was a military person, so we traveled. And while other kids hated it, moving every 2 or 3 years, I loved it because I loved culture and people and getting to know, different people than myself. So I absolutely loved it and knew that, I probably incorporated into my life as I got to be an adult. And I did. I went on to have 6 children. Wow. And in lieu of birthday presents, in lieu of Christmas presents, we would take them somewhere. And so that was the gift all the time. And many of them, almost all of them, have grown up loving, having a passion for travel as well, and incorporating it with their own children. So I was transferred to Singapore, and I was there and became bored because I was there with my then husband, and I was being sponsored by him. So I was kind of bored. I'm always used to working, and so I thought, now's the time to do something with travel. So and Singapore's centrally located to everything, in Southeast Asia. So I had a myriad of countries to fly to that I'd never been to and never had the opportunity to fly that far from the US. So I started to do that. And then I decided I was going to be the world's best travel blogger. So not knowing anything, totally green, and the work that goes behind that, because I love to write. But I also love the aspect of getting out there and in the mix of things. So I started that, and I hired a coach that was helping me. And she mentioned something, because I said, well, look, what can we do that's unique? And so she said, well, you just, you're in a perfect position to travel and just interview people. And then she said, maybe you could go and travel on sponsorship. Maybe you can. I was like, whoa, what's this sponsorship thing? Mm-hmm. So she explained, she goes, well, it's like an influencer thing. You go out for a day or so, or do a site search, and you interview the owner and what's great about their place, and then you market for them on social media. And I thought, this is really interesting. So I asked her, I said, can I go bigger? Can I go somewhere for a week? Can I go somewhere for 2 weeks? And she's like, not really, because, it's about the ROI and how much you can get eyes on their stuff. This was before sponsorship. Social media was really big, but I love thinking forward. Mm-hmm. So I thought, at the time, Facebook was all the rage. Facebook is really going to explode into something huge. So I started to incorporate, and there were no videos back then. There were no lives, nothing like that. So I started to incorporate more just pictures of where I was going, and it kind of blew up. So I thought, how can I incorporate this and get more out of the sponsorship? And Mastering Sponsored Travel was developed and born, so to speak. So what I do is literally travel around the world, and in exchange for my connection with my audience. It's not the influencer thing where you take a beautiful picture outside of a hotel and say, this is me in a bikini, and I'm gonna, and nobody knows where you are because they're focused on you in a bikini. I actually develop relationships, and I teach that, how to really develop relationships with the sponsor so that it goes on really forever. And that's how we met. I started writing articles for the Hotel Guide as part of that collaboration, as part of that the marketing for different hotels and restaurants. So it just blew up and grew from there, and it became part of. So for digital entrepreneurs, it's a fantastic marketing strategy to incorporate in their business, so they can be seen by other audiences, but also to bring in that marketing aspect for a potential sponsor. So I have, my business is based, I have a partner as well, and we do sales and marketing specifically for digital entrepreneurs. We have programs for that, but the Mastering Sponsored Travel program is my flagship, and it's my baby. And people love to to know how they can travel longer and farther and grow their business through that strategy.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
How many people do you think you've helped through the class so far?
Oh my goodness.
I know
So I
I told you I
started,
was going to do a
yeah.
tough question, but
Yeah, that is a tough question. That's okay. So I started actually I launched the program in 2015. And so to date, I think we've had 900 students.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, 900 students in various forms. Some are one-on-one,
Sure.
some are in the group program, some are in the drip course because I have different offerings. So probably that many. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And in terms of the sponsorships, I've been to 54 countries
Hmm.
and I've exchanged more than $1 million in sponsorship opportunities for them and me. So yeah,
Wow.
it's
I mean,
fantastic.
talking about when you're reflecting on your business and the impact of the lives that you've impacted, how does that make you feel?
I'm so blessed. I'm
Mhm.
so blessed. I really am. Because sometimes people look at it as frivolous, like, oh, it's a luxury thing. You're
Mhm.
riding around and you're like, see me, see me. It's not that.
Yeah.
I went through a terrible divorce and I had to reinvent myself, but also to heal. And travel was part of that. I went to Italy for 3 months and I just travel was part of that healing because
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw other people that do other things and have other things going on and how they run their life and how they accepted me and how I accepted them. And it's a beautiful way to, I find it for me, it's a very beautiful way to show people what you do, the expertise that you have,
Mhm.
but also to bring them into your life. The relationships that I've developed are like none other, and I feel massively blessed. I really do because it's a beautiful way
Mhm.
to bring the world a little closer home. It really
Oh,
is. So
well, true. I think we're both honored and the stuff that we get to do. I mean, there's a lot of people in this world that are like, "Gosh, I can't believe y'all are in travel. Y'all do that and this and that." But it is work. I
it
mean,
is.
there's the beauty behind it, but there's still I like to think of us as craftsmen and craftswomen that
Yeah.
we're just darn good at what we do. I mean, I'll toot my horn, I'll toot your horn. Just
Yeah, you
we're
are.
good at what we do, or we wouldn't have the following we have, or the people in your courses being a part of it. But
Right.
what we're doing is we're creating people who just love the gift of travel. And travel
Mhm.
is just so unique. I love what you did at a young age with your kiddos. Instead of actual gifts, the gift was the moments, the memories,
Mhm.
the
Right.
destinations. So you planted a seed, and that seed is now going to the next generation and beyond. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's kind of what you're doing with your business as well. And
Yeah.
kudos to you for that success.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I know we had talked a little bit off screen about you have a big retreat coming up
I do.
in one of my favorite countries that I've never visited yet, but is on my bucket list. Why don't
Come
you tell
with
me
us,
about
come with us. Oh, yeah, yeah. We still have a couple of we have still have some spots left. So, it's in Greece,
it?
and, as part of my business, I don't like to just go to a
Mhm.
country and kind of visit. I like to immerse. So what I do, and here's where the sponsorships come in. I go ahead of time and I'm sponsored by the the places and, the tours and the excursions and the experiences that I'm going to offer a retreat participant. And
Mhm.
then I really get to know the ins and outs of that business, the passion behind why they started the business. And oftentimes, like for hotels and restaurants, it's passed down, right? It's
Yep.
the parents that had it, and so there's passion and life in their business. So I I'm very specific about where I'll bring a group because I don't want them to be seen as visitors. I want them to be seen as someone who's going to immerse themselves in the culture and the traditions and the history of a specific place. So I always run one in Italy, of course, because it's now my heart home. And
Yep.
this is the first time in Greece, so it's really super immersive. I found this beautiful villa that has like separate apartments, but it's all contained, so we can all be together. But then you have your
Your
privacy,
space. Yeah.
and then all like cooking classes will be done by locals, and excursions will be done by locals that really know about there. It's not just about for them either. It's not just about tourists or making money. It's about sharing their culture and really helping people understand what it's all about. So Yeah, we have a few more spots left. Anybody interested, come. I love doing these. These get me jazzed because it's just so much fun. I love watching my participants see and experience a different culture that's that immersive. I love watching it through their eyes. I love those aha moments. So I'm always taking pictures and watching their faces as they experience it. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Well, that's good. What made you choose Greece?
I've always wanted to go as well, but also to the culture again, the
Yeah.
history. I love wine, so I like trying different wines. I was in Spain for 6 weeks for the same reason. We're probably going to be doing a Spain retreat next year. Of course, Italy, and the olive oils and just the people I've met throughout my career and my lifetime. That was one that was just, it naturally came up. Sponsors will reach out to me and ask me to collaborate with them, and there was a tour guide there that saw me on social media. We struck up a friendship, and he's like, you have to come here with a group. So he starts sending me videos, and I'm like, you know what, this is
Yeah.
the divine saying, Marie, Greece is next. So so that's why I chose it.
That's awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing the feedback on that one for sure.
Yeah.
And then what else you have planned? Any other big plans for 2024?
Yeah, we're having a big what is it, a 12-day retreat in throughout Italy. Actually, we start in Rome. We go Rome, Tuscany, Amalfi, and then we go back up to Rome for the last day. All inclusive, all private, all wonderful and beautiful people that are part of the culture that love the same things we do. We have a couple of sponsored trips happening: Curacao, Zanzibar, and
Wow.
South Africa. So yeah, yeah,
Man, sounds like 2024 is going to be a banner year for you.
yeah, yeah. We're looking forward to it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we're coming up towards the end. I know our time
Mhm.
goes rather quickly, but
Sure.
any final thoughts where you see travel going, where you want to go? I know you've been to so many, 54 countries.
Mhm.
So you've seen a lot of this world already. Anything that's on your bucket list that you still want to get to?
Sure. Bora Bora is on my bucket
Okay.
list. Galapagos Islands are on my
Wow.
bucket list. Yeah, Nepal is also on my bucket list. So yeah, definitely,
Those
definitely
are
want to
those are three good
go.
ones right there. So
Mhm.
as we're winding down, tell me how people can get a hold of you or find you the easiest way.
Sure, the easiest way is on Facebook. It's the easiest way, and it's my personal page. I'm one of the firm believers that in order to connect with people on a genuine level, I'm going to answer you genuinely in person. So yeah, definitely, I can give you the link for that, and hit me up in the DM, and you can join my group. But I love personally connecting with anybody who wants to. So yeah.
No, that's awesome, and it's really that's the key to everyone's success when you have that personal
Mhm.
connection with your crew and your team and the people that you're helping. It just seems to go a long way.
Yeah, it
And so
does.
that's a good thing, which I can vouch for that with you. I mean,
Mhm.
we've been aligned for quite a while now, and I'm excited about where you came from, and I'm excited about where you're going, and the
Thank
amount of
you.
lives that you are changing on a daily basis. So that number of 900 people, wow,
Mm.
that's pretty darn cool.
It is. Like I said, I'm very blessed.
Well, awesome. Well, hey, I want to thank you for being on our latest edition of
Sure.
Travel Talk. I'm excited to see the photos and the videos of the Greek excursion, and then actually the one in Italy too.
Yeah.
That's a winner right there. So one of these days, I'm going to be able to jump on one of those
Yes.
excursions and trips with you, and the
Good.
dynamic duo will unite for good.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love it. Definitely.
Well,
Thank you.
perfect. Well, thank you for being on the call today. For all the members, all the people following us, all the guests on our travel talk, please share this. Please like this because this is great content that I think can really help not only you as a traveler, but we got some cool guests like Marie that are always on the show. And that's the best way to get the word spread out. So if you're looking to travel, thehotelguide.com, follow us on all our social channels. And until the next time, travel and make memories. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.